E-NoWeak podcast. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Daniel Big Trip Quintana. Some of you might recognize me, most of you probably don't. When it comes to this combat sports world, I'm a writer and editor for ValleyFightNews.com. I own the brand NWSC and also a matchmaker for 559 Fights. So, welcome to the show. We actually started the podcast thing with ValleyFightNews.com podcast. We got 3 episodes that kind of let you know how we got our start. When I say we, I mean me and my Uncle Roy. Shout out to Roy. The goal is to get back to the bar and do our thing there. Our original plan was to have a couple sets. So I kind of set up one here. We got Roy's bar when we eventually get back over there, and we'll do some here. So that's the plan to just, we have some plans moving forward for all this. And we've been covering local combat sports for some time now. And we just figured we'd get out here and just talk some stuff, man. Get breaking into the news. I mean, like I said, we've been covering it for a while. To be honest, man, I'm not a guy that likes to be in front of the camera. See me over here looking at my notes. I'm hoping I don't mess up and stuff. Don't mind the glasses. I feel like a new man. I see everything brand new. I don't even notice how close the mic is sometimes. Just kidding. Yeah, man, my uncle had to hound me pretty much to jump on the first podcast over there. I'm just not a person that likes to be in front of the camera. I'd rather be taking pictures or recording or writing or stuff like that. But hopefully I get used to it. I mean, I did it a couple times over there, the 3 times that we did do it, and I can't lie, I enjoyed it. So I plan on just getting the reps until I go and get better. What can I say, man? Obviously, man, this show's gonna be about combat sports, but I do plan on having a couple guests from like the Central Valley, local here in Visalia, from anywhere. I got bar owners that are local, DJs, people that just want to come and tell their story and their journey on how they kind of started from down here and are working their way up or made their way up. I'd like to share those kind of stories, not just in fighting, but all around. So hopefully we can get into some of those stories. But you know what? It is fight week here in the Central Valley. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's fight week in the Valley. It's a favorite for anyone that's into MMA. And this week, Saturday, February 22nd, Valley Fight Series 18 from the Table Mountain Casino out there in Frank, California, right out down the street from Fresno, pretty much. And man, they got a hell of a card they put together out there. The Bantamweight Championships on the line. Tyler Miller versus Paul Elizondo. The beef will finally be settled, as they say. These two have been going back and forth on social media, for a couple months. They actually met in a face-off interview prior to their last event, and it's on YouTube. You can check it out. They also went at it again at the media day the other day for this event, and that's also, I believe, on social media somewhere you can see it. But they've been going at it, so that everyone's kind of eager to see how this one plays out. I think Valley Fight Series has done a great job promoting this fight. A true beef that we kind of haven't seen around here for a long time. Tyler's been doing this thing consistently for Valley Fight Series. He has a really good streak, coming out of amateurs and kept it moving into the pros. And Elizondo returned, after some time away from the cage and records a 6-second knockout. Very impressive, on his part. And I think it's just a perfect matchup, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people want to see how this one plays out. Will Elizondo's wrestling play a factor in it? Will bloodthirsty striking and style, kind of get him where he needs to be into this fight to take it to deep waters? Where we'll see. The only way you're going to be able to see this, though, is showing up to Valley Fight Series or buying the pay-per-view. They also got a co-main event. Of course, they got a co-main event. But it's for the Valley Fight Series Middleweight Championship. Dethroned MMA's James Porter versus Halo BJJ's Joseph Ramirez. Porter's coming off a KO win. Really nice knockout at his last fight with some elbows. He's real entertaining when it comes to the promo videos. Real funny. He'll tell you he doesn't train, but then perform the way he did at his last fight. So I mean, you got to be careful with that guy. But he's very, very entertaining. You want to see what he's gonna do next. So that's a fun matchup to look forward to, and it's funny all the jokes and stuff. But I think there's nothing gonna be funny about the how this fight ends. I think it's someone's going to sleep, and in a devastating fashion. Hopefully, we'll see. Well, wish them both the best though in that fight. Also, James Delcid versus Kyle Mountain. That's gonna in the heavyweight division or cruiserweight. I'm not too sure. I know Kyle Mountain used to be a heavyweight champion at 559 fights. James Delcid has been around doing his thing for a long time. Finally making a name for himself in the pros. I'd like to get that guy on the podcast one day. The donkey. Let me know if you want to do this, man, one day. That's another fight you don't want to miss. If you're familiar with amateur MMA, this next fight, yeah, should catch your attention because there are two amateur, standouts that are going to be making their pro debut, and it's Rafael Jimenez versus Mark Bibiano. I'm looking forward to that one. Another fight you don't want to miss. Also on the, they do have amateurs on the card, and their amateur main event is a rematch for the Valley Fight Series Women's Atomweight Championship. The amateur title, of course, the UMAF state title is also on the line. I was at the first fight. Really close one. I think Emmy's takedowns ended up being the deciding factor for the judges to give Perez the nod. It's going to be good to see them run it back. Like I said, close fight. That's another fight you don't want to miss. Team Ochoa was also out there fighting for a title versus Steve Mejia and much more. They got youth BJJ. They got amateur Muay Thai. You're not gonna want to miss that. No, you're gonna want to buy a ticket or buy the pay-per-view, which is I'm gonna do one of the two. So we'll see. Maybe I see some of you guys out there say what's up, man. So any more information you need on that, valleyfightseries.com. I got a write-up on Paul and Bloodthirsty on valleyfightnews.com. Check it out when you have time. Like I said, fight week in the Valley. We're looking forward to that. Sticking with Valley news, though. Avenal's Jose Ramirez is back. He got some big news, man. He's going to be actually welcoming back Devin Haney in May in New York. You heard it. The word's kind of been out already, so it's not like nothing crazy. But I think it's a good fight, man. I think it's a good fight for Ramirez, who's coming off a loss against a youngster who's pretty much style he couldn't figure out. But we all know the story with Haney, back since his first fight with Ryan in New York last year. Garcia missed his weight, still does his thing. Fails a drug test after the fight never happened, you know what I mean? So now they're going to come back. Everybody's wondering how Haney's going to do coming off that performance because he did get work. And so we'll see how that works. Ryan Garcia is also rumored to be on this card against Rolly Romero. Now, I know everyone complains about boxing having too many titles, but I think we're going to get another one with this fight. They're calling it the WBA World Welterweight Championship. It's going to be a secondary title to the current WBA World Welterweight Champion, Eimantas Stylianis. I hope I said his name right. But so we'll see what happens there. That's another fight. If it takes place, belt or no belt, should be good as long as everyone's on the same page. I know a lot of people like to give Garcia shit for, of course, you got to give him shit for not passing that test, but I mean, the skills was there, and I'd like to see him running back with Haney actually one day. So I think that's what they're trying to build up to here. I don't want to see Ramirez lose, of course, so hopefully we get Garcia and Ramirez, but we'll see. Boxing is always fun to keep up with. Don't let me lose you on them weight classes. Amateur MMA got a lot of them weight. We're breaking it down now, so keep up with it. More boxing news. We got Jenna Creason's back. The Gem. She's back Wednesday, February 19th. She'll be going out to the Chicken Ranch Casino in Jamestown for Pro Box TV presents Home to the Roost. She'll be taking on New Mexico's 1-0 Samantha Ginnitham. More info for that one you can get at ProBoxTV.com. Yeah, so the Gem's back. out there in Jamestown, the Chicken Ranch. I've heard about the place. I've never been there, so we'll see what the card's gonna be not televised but streamed. I don't know if it's an app you gotta get. I think it's gonna be on YouTube too. I have a write up on valleyfightnews.com with all the info on that. If I'm missing anything, go check that out. But yeah, the gem's back, man. Gotta tune in for that. Also, more boxing news. Kiki, Richard Torres Jr. got his first fight for 2025 announced. He's gonna be taking out Rome's 13-2-1 Guido the Galland, the Gladiator Vianello in a 10-round heavyweight main event. So yeah, Matt Kiki Torres out of Tulare be making his debut as a main eventer out there at the fight capital of the world in Las Vegas versus what many are calling his toughest test to date. We'll see. Uh, I think every time they say it's his toughest test, he ends up showing them something different. They say he can't go the distance, so he'll seems like he works on that. But I feel like Kiki's one of those guys where his team keep him on his own path, no matter what any of us are saying. So that's what I enjoy about his journey so far the most is that they don't let none of the outside bullshit mess with them, and they're just, his dad got him on that path where that's the way, and get the job done. And I think as long as he keeps getting the job done, there's no way to denying that kid, no matter who they put in front of him. So I'm a big fan of Kiki. I'll be watching that. Of course, all of us will here at the Valley supporting them. That's about all I got for the boxing news things. Hopefully we get some more news coming up. Hopefully we get some more events coming up. I know Boxing Vitals Rick, shout out to Rick. They got another boxing event coming in from Fresno. I'm sure we'll get more info on that. But anyway, man, let's get on. Not only is it fight week here in the Valley, it's also fight week out in the Central Coast. Out there in San Luis Obispo, matter of fact. Shout out to Ray, man. Yeah, it's fight week out there. They got a Beatdown Promotions is back at the Madonna Inn. Beatdown Promotions presents Brews and Brawls. It's this Friday, February 21st from the Madonna Inn Expo Center in San Luis Obispo. You're not going to want to miss it. It's always a great night of fights. The beach is down the street. It's a good night all around. Drinks. Madonna Inn's down the street. If you're down the road, Little Mountain, go dance, come back, watch a fight, go to the hotel. Don't be doing all that, but just check out a fight here and all that. Check it out. It's always a good time. It's a different crowd out there. I don't know if and no disrespect, I just don't know if the people are used to seeing people fight, but I mean, every little thing got these people oohing and ahhing, so it's always fun, especially Ray, the way he handles things out there. He makes it a real, chill and relaxed event, So good luck to them out there doing their thing in San Luis. I know they got plans for another event after that. I don't know if he's telling everyone yet, but he should be. I think he's trying to do an event at the Cal Poly. Hopefully I can get some more info of that, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, shout out to Beatdown Promotions out there, and good luck with their show on Friday. Let's see here. I mean, you go out there, go to the fights, stay for the weekend, beaches down the street, get you some duckies, a little pismo, whatever you go to is. We're out there anyway. Unless you're going to Valley Fight Series the next day, you got to come back. Stay the night, come back for the weekend. Don't go stay for the weekend. Just come back the next day. Go to Valley Fight Series. If you really care for MMA, I'm just kidding, man. But get out there, support these guys, man. They put a lot of work into this stuff, and I think it's good when everyone shows up and supports these people. And just some more events we got coming in March. A1 Combat's back in Sacramento area, of course, March 7th. A1 Combat, they're going to be at the Hornet's Nest. Big time. And it's an amateur card, but I'll talk a little bit more about that on my next show. Of course, 559 Fights 112 on March 8th. That card's banging. I'll talk about that mainly on my next show. We got a hell of a card coming up there. We got a woman's title to be decided. Brandon Betancourt's coming back to defend his title. We got a lot of stuff we need to talk about down there. There's some people that you've probably seen on YouTube, Street Beefs, coming down to meet one of our local boys, Timo Choa, the Robert Barrios, that you're not going to want to miss. Shinigami is who I'm talking about. He's going to be on the card. I had to let that one out. I'm sure people can find it, but good job, Anton, on that one right there. I'm looking forward to that. I know we all been working hard on all this stuff, but man, that one got me happy as shit. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna lie about it. The main event's good. Co-main event's good. We'll get into all that. We'll get into all that on the next show. Um, Also in March, Bakersfield Combat. They got a sick show coming up at the Elite Fitness Center in Bakersfield. I'll be hopefully talking to the main event, Kristen Banelas. I hope I said her name right. If not, I'll cut this out and do it again. But hopefully we'll be talking to her about what they got going on out there in Bakersfield Combat. And then that's about it for March. That's about all I want to touch right now for March. You know, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Like I said, this will be the first episode for No Weak Shit Ever podcast. Goal is to get back with Uncle Alray at the bar and kind of maybe start pumping out 2 shows a week. Got some people I want to get involved, Rick from Boxing Vitals being one. And I think we can keep you guys entertained just running our mouths. I know I'm not good at it, but it's fun to me. So as long as it's fun to me, I'm going to keep jumping on here doing it. So subscribe, man. I guess that's how I end these things, right? Subscribe to No Weak Shit Ever. I got a YouTube channel that I'm going to be posting these on. Subscribe there. Of course, visit valleyfightnews.com. That's where all my write-ups go. And then noweakshithever.com. Get you a t-shirt. Hit me up on the low DMs or whatever if you need one. We usually pretty much hand them out. So let me know what size you need. If you want to buy some, go on the website, order as many as you want. We'll have them ready for you. We're here to any fighters that need some stuff, man. Hit me up. We can work, of course. You can't do it for everyone. That's another topic I'm going to get into eventually on this podcast. I do sponsor fighters. I do sponsor fighters. I put the logo on their shorts and I hand a lot of stuff out, and we'll just leave it at that now. We'll get into that another time, another day, I guess. I get used to this. I sound like I'm used to it now, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to get too cocky with it though. Start saying stuff. See, that's you start saying stuff you don't want on here. I might have to cut this. Testing. Just kidding. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to No Weak Shit Ever, the YouTube page. That's where all these videos will be coming out. Make sure to visit valleyfightnews.com for all your news, and all my write-ups are on there. And I'll see you at the fights, man. Take care.